Is it that time? I think it is. I think it's Thursday. I love Thursdays. Party after midnight. Come on, it's Thursday morning, coming at you live from Arlington Heights. Holiday week. We're gonna party at the midnight. Come on, we could do this at 8:30 in the morning. Days like nights, right? Good morning, Scotty. Good to see you. Scotty is doing an event next week for the Break the Mold community. It's on Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Scotty's going to be discussing a little bit about how to hit the big stage, how to get on that big stage. Scotty actually started off on a TED Talk, which is super inspirational for all of us in the public speaking world and those who are not. So good to see you on, Scott. Yeah, coming at you live. I've got my bulletproof coffee, of course, and haven't seen you guys for a while. Been in California and yeah, doing a lot of cool things. There's Harrison Painter. I love that name, Harrison Painter. It almost sounds made up, but Harrison Painter is super focused. He's an inspiration to me in business. And as he always gives me good advice, like he just did there, don't give up my day job for singing. Yeah, I'll make sure I don't. Oh, I love it. Great. So we got people coming from all over. We got people coming from YouTube. We've got people coming from Facebook. We've got people coming from LinkedIn. And I am so grateful that everybody is here this morning. We got some cool stuff to talk about. And of course, we're going to get your shares in the comments as we always do. And who knows what'll happen. We'll probably poke each other a little bit and challenge each other to be better, right? That's what Live Beyond Default is all about. Still got that Memorial Day holiday weekend going on in my mind and in my body and in my soul. But really, it's not about the weekends, right? Because we know that the days are really 24 hours each day. It's what we make of them. So think about that. What do you make about your day? Does the day have a certain feeling because it's a Thursday or Friday and all of a sudden we just want to blow ourselves out on the weekend to escape from our jobs that we don't like? Or are we taking each and every day and doing the best we can with what we have? It's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. Brian, we are grateful for you, brother. By the way, Harrison is a good lad, almost as cool as you. Thanks, Brian. So we got super ballers on here today, and I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, all the people joining us on YouTube also. And yeah, let's dim the music here. You know, dim the lights, dim the music. Yeah, that's good. Cool. So I wanted to start off today a little bit differently. Instead of starting with a quote, I'm going to start off with something I learned while I was at Camp Abundant about a week and a half ago. I was camping off-grid in a leadership immersion. I got to hang out with Hal Elrod. I got to do a lot of learning and training. I got to be a part of a lot of being, which was great too. And really just disconnecting with from distractions and reconnecting with myself. That's the best part about being off grid. And thank you for joining us too today, Laura. I so appreciate you. And thank you for sharing your story last week. So let's get into this. Here's something different. So I talk about alignment a lot. What are we aligned with? What are we congruent with? Alignment. And here is a different way to look at the word alignment. So think of the word alignment. And now think of alignment as a line meant for you. Alignment is a line meant for you. Welcome to this episode of Live Beyond Default LiveStream. It's episode number 51. My name is Dave. I am your host. I am a realtor. I'm a keynote speaker. And most importantly, I'm an advocate of Team Human. And I'm here to have some fun with purpose this morning, as today we are discussing what's the meaning of success. It's a good question to ask ourselves. It's a good question to ask ourselves, especially right about the midpoint. We're coming up to the midpoint of 2023 right now. And you know that you'll love the conversation today. You'll love the takeaways, the collaboration, all the comments that you get when watching Live Beyond Default LiveStream. So let's start off by saying, as we always do, has your week been epic so far? And if it is not, now is the time to take responsibility. Now is the time to level up our thoughts, our words, our feelings, and our actions, and take responsibility for what's going on the rest of the week, because we know that outside factors, as hard as that is to believe, we know that outside factors do not dictate our happiness or our epicness or how we show up. It's all about us. It's not about gas prices or housing prices or stock market or Bitcoin or our boyfriend or girlfriend or what our dogs or kids are doing or what our boss is doing or the market's doing. It's none of that. It's all right here. That sounded a little loud there. It's all right here. And we know that. So if your week has not been epic so far, I spun out a couple days this week. It's time to level that up. And let's do that together on Live Beyond Default LiveStream. Okay, so let's share in the comments here. Gratitude. We always want to begin each day and each live stream with gratitude. Let's put down 3 things that we are grateful for. Three things that we are grateful for. So I'm going to put my health. I'm going to put my eyesight. And I'm going to put the support and encouragement. Spelled that wrong. That's okay. Of my crew. So my health, my eyesight, and the support and my encouragement of my crew. So why did I say that? My health. My health is super important to me, and I've been waking up feeling really, really well. I gained a few pounds when I was on a trip, my camping trip, because they were feeding us a lot. But it's really because I was eating a lot, right? I love when people make food for me, and I don't have to cook for myself. So when we think about that, it's taking responsibility. I'm happy for my health. I'm happy for my eyesight because I just got another contact lens because this one was getting kind of yucky. So that's always cool. And the supporting encouragement of my crew, because my crew encourages me to be better. My crew encourages me to live beyond default. My crew encourages me to be my better self. And that's super important. So I am so thankful for the people in my life. Okay, so Nate says he is grateful for his grandparents, the sun, and my beard. Oh, yes. The beard has been growing in since mid-March. You know, I didn't even know that I can grow a beard, but looks like it's coming in pretty good, huh? Yeah, I love that you said the sun, Nate. Like, being grateful for the sun is super cool. I was out there this morning facing the sun early, maybe, I don't know, 5:40 or 10 to 6, something like that, getting that morning sun. So thank you. Scott says, good weather, good friends, and opportunities. Yeah, good friends, Scotty. Thank you for being a part of my life and being part of the speaking mastermind group and just encouraging me to be better too. And opportunities. There are so many opportunities in this world, in this life, and especially in the next 5-10 years. So thank you, Scotty. Dr. Hector Martinez, thanks for joining us. He says he's grateful for his AC working in his car. Yeah, right? Great workout today and yogurt bowls for breakfast. Yogurt bowls for breakfast. Isn't that funny? It's like such a simple little thing as yogurt bowls for breakfast. Thank you, Dr. Hector, for saying it. And thank you, Dr. Hector, for how you show up for the community. Super appreciate what you do and your practice of chiropractic health and well-being. Thank you, my friend. Sandy says she is grateful for health, mental capacity, and social support. Yeah, it's a good one. Dr. Sandy's a super badass too. Oh, I love being around her. She is like, there's so much going on in Dr. Sandy's head. She's so smart. She's a doctor. She's an entrepreneur. And I love the fact that she's starting her business in a different model that is not, that is a little bit new and a little bit disruptive in the industry, but she's doing a great job. But I love how she said mental capacity, because it's that mental capacity that gives us the ability for discernment. It gives us the ability for our first principles thinking, for our lateral thinking, and for getting rid of those distractions, right? Mental capacity. Thank you, Dr. Sandy. Look forward to talking to you again soon. Brian says he is grateful for water every morning, the dynamic trio, Dave, Carolyn, and Alan, and the fresh air. Yeah, fresh air. How good is that? I was doing my Wim Hof breathing exercises this morning and recognized like how important that fresh air is. The simple thing, like Dr. Hector said, the yogurt. Love all these shares. Thank you. Harrison says, I'm grateful for a patient wife. Living with an entrepreneur is never easy. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, people got to put up with us, right, Harrison? I don't know why they do it. It's so funny. Love it. Thanks for sharing. Laura says, I am also grateful for people that have different points of view other than mine. Bam. Let's talk about that for a second. Laura is grateful for people that have different points of view other than hers. How important is that? So often when we are around people, we surround ourselves with those that have the exact same thoughts and the same mentality and really the same beliefs because it's comfortable and we feel part of the tribe. Whereas I was with somebody last week, like Laura just said, and we had different opinions. And it's great because we're super friends because of that. We could spar and challenge each other. And what I love about having different opinions is you really get an understanding of that person's frame, listening to them, and you get to learn something new. And then you get to ask questions like, I wonder why this person thinks that way. I wonder why this person does things that way. And how may I learn from that? Love that, Laura. Thank you for sharing that. Ms. Marie Veteran says, I'm grateful for my mindset, nature, and everyone's inspiring heart. That's that mindset again. I love that. Thank you, Ms. Marie. And thank you for joining us today. You are welcome, Dr. Sandy. Look at that. So much gratitude, so much love. And it's a great segue into our topic. And if you're just joining us, you are on episode 51 of Live Beyond Default Livestream. Perhaps you're watching the replay, driving in your car, listening to it in the background. Maybe you're working out. Maybe you got that little tab open in the background so your boss can't hear at your desk. Keep it going on in the background. It's all good stuff. Okay, so today we are talking about what's the meaning of success? What is the meaning of success to you? It opens up a wide variety of thoughts and questions. And I'm going to start off by saying that simply when we're out and about, we see other things that people have, and we believe that that's success. And it's usually things that we don't have. So let's go with the stock answers, right? It could be the house, the car, the husband or the wife. It could be the abs. It could be the clothes. It could be something material. And that's usually the default. We want to live beyond default here, but that's usually the default that we go to. We start comparing ourselves to others, and then we get into that scarcity mindset frame versus coming from a place of abundance. So what is the meaning of success? First of all, we see other people's things and we believe it is success, when really we don't know. We don't know what's going through them or what they've been through. And most of the time, we never will. So I like to think of success as, well, what we talked about in the beginning, alignment for you. And that's why I brought this up in the beginning. Alignment for you. Success is alignment. It's doing what you're aligned with doing. It's being the person that you want to be. And maybe, just maybe, that is being a stay-at-home dad and raising the kids. I know a few stay-at-home dads that are either raising kids now or raised them before, and they're happy and they do a great job at it. And the wife crushes it in business. It's a super, super cool dichotomy. Maybe it's being with a partner who's an entrepreneur and you both run businesses, and your calling and your alignment is to run the best business you can to serve your clients or customers in that marketplace. Maybe that's what it is. So remember, with whatever you're aligned with, it's going to be a sacrifice into something else, because we can't do everything. It's impossible. We want to do everything. Who was it? If somebody remembers, put it in the comment. There's one author that says, if you have more than 3 goals, you have no goals at all. Whoever that was, I just don't remember who it is right now. But that's super true, right? So what is success to you? And what is the meaning of success to you? And how are we living that out on a daily basis? Maybe it's being the best parent we can, or the best significant other. Maybe it's helping eradicate homelessness, or getting homeless people into homes. Maybe it's going to other countries and setting up retreat centers so people can go to these centers and tap into what they're aligned with and become better people, become better parts of Team Human, the best people that they can be. Success is a lot of things. Now, what I also want to be clear with too, and this is just my opinion. My opinion is not right. In fact, we're all doing the best we can with what we have at this time. Always. And when I say my opinion is not right, it's just my opinion. That's all. But I'm noticing, and it's come up in my mind too, that a lot of times making a lot of money gets poo-pooed on, right? It kind of gets shit on. And I get it. There are many that make money, and perhaps they're not really successful because they're not happy with what they're doing. And we see them making money and we think they are. At the same time, villainizing making money or villainizing money is just an excuse on our end or on anybody's end. And I don't want to go down that path, because money is a tool to, as I like to say, create freedom, create opportunity, and really share gifts with the world. It's not a matter of that, oh, so many people that make money, they're not really happy. Well, you know what? I like the idea of making money and working on being happy, because it certainly helps to make money. There's no doubt about it. How do you pay for things? And then how do you leverage your time and your resources without money so you could really share your gifts with the world? That's the key. And again, that's just my opinion. I'm always welcome. We're always welcome to share comments below. What is the meaning of success? And what that brings up also now is, not only is what is the meaning of success, and we see all these other people with certain things that they have, and we think that they're successful, and maybe they're not because they're just not aligned with what they're doing. But then we think about it as, are we really living our own lives? Now, this is starting to get up there, right? Are we really living our own lives? Think about that. So we're raised by our parents, our bosses, our teachers and those formidable years of 5 to 12 or 5 to 13, 5 to 10, those formidable years, and what you see and what you learn and what you're told at those times will really, really be in that first level part of your brain. Dr. Sandy probably knows the name of that part of the brain. I just don't remember right now. So are we living our own lives? When you think about it, a lot of times we're not, because we think we want something, but it's really because our parents or bosses or teachers or relatives or friends when we were younger, they threw that on us, or that's what we were seeing. So we thought that's what we wanted, to be happy. And when you think about it, a lot of times, most of us, we're really not living our own lives. We're living the lives of those others who influenced us when we were younger. And then the funny things, they weren't living their lives either. So now we have this spiral. It's like those, those Russian wooden figurines where you open one up and a smaller one comes in, and you open one up and a smaller one. You pull it out, another one, open up, pull it out, another one. It's almost like you can imagine, if we're living our own lives, imagine those wooden figurines and pulling them apart and then going down to the smallest little person right there in the end. So I challenge everybody this week, on this holiday week here in America, are we living our own lives? And what is the meaning of success to us? It's a great time to reflect that, especially being halfway through the year. So yeah, are we really living our own lives? So much of us want to please our parents, and we want to still get attention from our parents, and we want them to say good job. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying is, when there's something wrong is when we're living our lives to appease others, or when we think it's going to make us happy or make others happy, when really we know deep down inside it's not. You know, people ask me, how did I get into this? How did I ever get into live streaming, or doing a podcast for 2 years, or doing a live radio show for 2 years, or public speaking? But when I talk about live broadcasting, I always say to people that, you know, I used to drive around with my dad as a kid. He'd be making sales calls. I'd go with him during the week and on weekends, and he would have talk radio on in the car. I was like 9, 10, 11 years old. He'd have talk radio on in the car. So it was like we'd be sitting there, good vibes, and we'd be listening to this guy or gal talking live. That's part of the reason why I like doing live streams. It's probably a lot of the reason why. It's a childhood thing from when I was a kid. So there's nothing wrong with that. I'm coming from a good place. I love doing it. At the same time, I don't want it to overwhelm me and be like, hey, Dad, look at me, pat me on the back, right? Am I doing well? Am I doing well? And that's the point here. So if you're just joining us, we are on episode 51 of Live Beyond Default LiveStream. We're talking about what is the meaning of success. We're jamming here on Thursday. And if you like it, please share, subscribe, and of course, pass it along to your friends, family, and coworkers. So Laura says, yes, it can also come from our cultural background. Oh, yeah. So the meaning of success coming from the cultural background. Laura, you're Hispanic, right? Coming from a cultural background. I'm Eastern European. Dr. Sandy, I'm not sure. I don't remember your ethnicity, but the point is we have different ethnicities on this show. And what is our cultural upbringing and background, and how is that influencing our meaning of success? And then it turns around again into saying, are we living our own lives, or are we living the lives of what's been ingrained and indoctrinated into us culturally for hundreds and thousands of years? Oh, Dr. Sandy says Filipino. Thank you. So yeah, So think about that. Like, what was ingrained in you as a Filipino from hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years of traditions? I know I get that from my Polish and Italian side for sure. My mom came off a boat. She came here when she was 9. And yeah, there's definitely an immigrant mentality with that, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. My dad grew up in an Italian neighborhood in Chicago, right? Super Italian. And what I mean by that is just deep roots there. And sure, it has an influence on me and what I see as success, and if I'm living my own life or not. So something to think about. So good, Laura. Thank you so much for bringing that up. That was super important. So I challenge everybody to think about that. The meaning of success, what we see in others and what they're doing, and do we really want what these other people are doing? Dr. Sandy threw something in there that I have to bring up. She says, respect your elders and Catholic guilt. That's a big share. Thank you so much for saying that. So talk about being indoctrinated into us, and are we living our own lives, and what our meaning of success is, respecting your elders and Catholic guilt. So maybe your elders want you to go into a certain industry or do something with your life in business, or they want you to listen to what they say. And now you've got Catholic guilt put on there. Yeah, so how often are religions, and we're not poo-pooing on religions either, but how often are religions indoctrinating guilt in us that, if we don't do this, this is going to happen, or we should feel bad, or we should feel shameful because we're not doing this. That's a tough one right there. So now, perhaps success is only you meet somebody at a certain age, and then you get married, and then you have kids. But if you live with them beforehand and you don't get married right away, oh boy, that's something bad. I mean, there's a whole list of things going on in religious guilt. So thank you for bringing that up. Respect your elders, and Catholic guilt. That's a really, really good one. Thank you. Laura says, no, it's one of the best ones, but often it does have a cap, at least until we open up. I don't know exactly what that means, but that's okay. I'm going to keep rolling here, and I thank you for jamming and sending more on that. So we're talking about success. We're talking about what it looks like. And I like to think the meaning of success is a feeling. I like to think that success doesn't look like anything, but it feels like something. And perhaps success feels like peace. Perhaps success feels like alignment. A line meant for you. Perhaps success feels like patience and not rushing through the day. Yeah, we have seasons of building businesses, and we get behind. And a lot of times we feel like there's a lot to do. Maybe success is a feeling. Maybe it's not so much what it looks like, or how it is, or how we're acting, but more of a feeling inside, a feeling of alignment, a feeling of congruency, a feeling of peace, where our thoughts, our words, our actions, they're all congruent with each other. We wake up every day and say, what do I get to do today? Versus, what do I have to do today? To me, that's success. To me, that's what it's all about. And of course, it's all about showing up for our fellow team human. So, Ms. Marie says, responding to a harmonic existence. Yeah, that's a big thought. Resonating a harmonic existence. Yeah, I like that. You know, Ms. Marie, everything that we do and say affects other people, not just being on this live stream and who's watching or who's listening, but throughout the day. Perhaps it's letting someone get ahead of you at the traffic light. Perhaps it's holding the door open for somebody. Wow, that's a big one, huh? Perhaps it's recently I walked up to a woman at the coffee shop and I said, "Hey, those are super cool pants that you're wearing. I love the stripes going down the side and they look really great on you." And I gave her a big smile. And as I was walking to get my coffee, she said, "Thank you for saying that. I really like these pants too. And you really put a smile on my face and made my day." Now, she paused a little bit before she said that. And she recognized I was coming from a good place. I wasn't hitting on her or anything. I was just saying, "Your pants look cool." And that made her day. And her face just lit up. Who knows what that little instance did for her and others around her later that day, just by saying something like that. So I like what you said, Ms. Marie, resonating a harmonic existence with other humans, with nature, with God and the universe. It's resonating a harmonic existence. Thank you. Laura says, oh, yes, meant for the immigrant mentality. So we were talking about the immigrant mentality. And yes, I agree with that. There are so many good aspects and values from that immigrant mentality. And at times, there's also a little bit of coming from a place of scarcity at times where I will notice. And again, that's just my opinion. Awesome. So we're talking about success as a feeling. We're talking about what is the meaning of success. And we're going to round up by discussing what's going on for this weekend. If anybody has any takeaways from this last half hour or any little aha moments or something that you're going to do differently the next few days, share it in the comments. It will inspire us all. And I'm going to share a little bit here where I'm not going to be on for a couple more weeks, or actually a few more weeks, because I have some events coming up. So I'm doing my best to be consistent with this show and have it consistently on every other Thursday. And it doesn't always end up like that. So I'm doing my best for that. And moving forward, the important part is I'm putting these up on Spotify and other platforms, iTunes. So now people can always go back to it and not feel the pressure to have to watch live. Although I love being on live, and I think it's great that we get this weekly dose of personal growth for all of us to be here together. There's something about that live feeling. So yeah, I want to thank everybody for their support and their encouragement on my live stream here, for encouraging me to be a better keynote speaker and trusting me to be their real estate agent for those who I have collaborated with and will collaborate with in the future. I am super grateful for what is going on. So as we are all part of this cultural renaissance for the next 5 to 10 years, that's actually been brewing for a while, everything came up to the surface, and now it's time for us to show up. Remember, we're all doing the best we can with what we have at this time. Always. There's always a lot going on, and I challenge you, remember, take some time just to be. Go for a walk. Do some breathing exercises. Meditate for a little while. Read 10 pages. We always talk about that. Drink your 16 ounces of water. Yeah, super, super important to stay hydrated. And I always like to end with something that Gabby Vargas from the National Hispanic Suicide Prevention Network shared with me when she was on the Live Beyond Default live stream. What she said was, text someone today, "I'm thinking about you." Just a simple text. "Hey, I'm thinking about you." That little text, resonating a harmonic existence, that little text can make such a big difference in people's lives. We'll leave you with that. So thank you for watching this episode of Live Beyond Default Livestream. Episode number 51. My name is Dave, and I am so grateful that you were here. And until next time, Make it a great week. All right. Few minutes of jams as we're rolling out of here. Thank you all. It's Thursday. Yeah. I love my Thursdays. Yeah. There we go. To kick that one up a little bit. This is DJ Trey Mortimer out of Chicago. He's going to be playing live 2 weeks tomorrow at the Clearwater Capital Partners 3rd annual card show. And the card show is going to be in Hoffman Estates 2 weeks from tomorrow. I'm sorry. 2 weeks from Saturday. 2 weeks from Saturday. That's in Hoffman Estates, Illinois. And the cool thing about this car show is it's all about charity. All the proceeds are going to 3 separate charities. 100% of the proceeds are. And something cool I heard about this for all those car enthusiasts. Yeah, we think this is going to be the first Chicago car show where 3 Bugattis are going to be there at the same time. So if you like Bugattis and you like McLarens and you like Lambos and you like chilling with cool people and listening to house music at 9 a.m., go to the Clearwater Capital Partners annual car show. It's coming up in 2 weeks from this Saturday. Remember to move today too, right? Keep those stretches going. Go for a walk. Yesterday, I did yoga, C2 at Core Power, and I took a walk. And boy, I feel good after that. So I got to get some more exercise in today. Super important. Keep that body moving. Keep those muscles going and feeding that brain with good oxygen. Oxygen. Yeah. Coming at you live. Thank you, everyone. Make it a great weekend, okay? Have some fun. Be the best you can be. And we'll see you soon.